Hello viewers, this is Judgement Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigeria news and out the news in details. Breaking: alleged certificate forgery. Court delivers final judgment on Obaseki'S case. The suit, which has sparked interest within and outside Edo State, was filed by the All Progressive Congress and a member of the party. The Federal High Court in Abuja will today, Saturday, deliver judgment in a suit seeking the disqualification of Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State as a mandate in the September 2020 governorship election. The suit, which has sparked interest within and outside Edo State, was filed by the All Progressive Congress (APC) and a member of the party, Williams Edobo. The plaintiff accused the governor of forging his Bachelor of Arts in Classical Studies certificate, which he submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in support of his nominations as a candidate in the Edo State governorship election. The governor, who contested and won the September 2020 election on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, denied the allegation. Ahmed Mohammed, the judge who presided over the case, fixed today for judgment. In Premium Times, we provide you a live feed of the judgment, scheduled to commence by noon as it unfolds. The judgment was scheduled to commence by 12 p.m., but the judge, Ahmed Mohammed, has not arrived as of 12:05 p.m. The judge, Mr. Mohammed, arrives courtroom to deliver judgment at 1:10 p.m. The judge started delivering judgment at 1:20 p.m. after lawyers announced their appearances. The judge, giving a recap of the testimony, says the plaintiff called 6 witnesses. First plaintiff's witness, Eduba Omorege, had testified that Governor Obaseki submitted false or forged certificates which he claimed to have obtained from the University of Ibadan in 1979. Mr. Omorege, a professor, said that the certificate submitted to INEC for the purposes of the September 2020 election was without a date of issuance and signatures of the registrar. He said the certificate presented by the governor for the 2020 election was different from one he submitted to INEC when he contested the earlier 2016 election for his first term in office. He said Mr. Obaseki lied under oath and submitted false or forged certificate to INEC. The second plaintiff's witness, Samuel Omale, an employee and legal officer of INEC, tendered Mr. Obaseki's form EC9 submitted INEC ahead of the 2020 election. He said he was not part of INEC team that received documents for the purposes of the election. The plaintiff's fifth witness, Gabriel Idusere, who said he graduated from the University of Ibadan and obtained Bachelor's of Arts in Classical Studies in 1976. He insisted that Mr. Obaseki gave false information in his form EC9, where he claimed to have graduated from UI in 1979. He said Mr. Obaseki tendered an equivalent of the certificate in 2016 but completely different from the one he tendered in 2020. He said with only 3 credit passes in geography, history, religious knowledge, Mr. Obaseki would not have qualified to be admitted into UI in 1976, whether through direct or indirect entry. The plaintiff's 6 witnesses, Makalu Ashekome, said he gained admission to UI to study agricultural economics in 1974 and graduated in 1978. He said it was not possible to be admitted to UI without 5 credits. He said his own certificate he obtained from UI was signed by the university's registrar and the vice chancellor. Mr. Obaseki called 3 witnesses. His first witness, Charity, said he was the one who made a photocopy of the governor's credential attached to form EC9 submitted to INEC last year. He said he did not forge or falsify the document. He said the forms EC9 did not contain false information. He said the absence of the logo and signatures of the registrar were cut off from the photocopy of Mr. Obaseki UI certificate, was ostensibly because the size of the certificate was bigger than the A4 paper on which the photocopy was made. Mr. Obaseki'S second witness was Abayomi Ajayi, the Deputy Registrar Legal of the University of Ibadan. He confirmed that Mr. Obaseki was duly admitted into UI in 1976 to study classics, later renamed Classical Studies in 1979. He said Mr. Obaseki was admitted as direct entry in 1976. He said Mr. Obaseki met the admission requirement despite the absence of credit in English language in the governor's result. He said the governor duly graduated in 1979 and was duly awarded Bachelors of Arts in Classical Studies in 1979. He said the incomplete signatures of the VC on Mr. Obaseki'S photocopy of the certificate and the absence of logo and the registrar signatures from the photocopy was because the certificate was bigger than the size of the paper used for the photocopy. Mr. Obaseki'S third witness was Egosa Osage, a professor of comparative politics from the University of Ibadan. He confirmed that he was Mr. Obaseki'S mate in secondary school. He also said he gained admission into UI along with the governors in 1976. He confirmed that the governor duly graduated in 1979. The judge has started reviewing the evidence. The judge holds that the evidence of the plaintiffs is at variance with their allegations. The judge says allegations of forgery borders on crime, which must be proved beyond reasonable doubt. In the instant case, no iota of evidence, talk less of a proof beyond reasonable doubt, was brought to prove allegations of forgeries against the first defendant, Mr. Obaseki. Having thoroughly analyzed the evidence of this case, it is the conclusions of this court that plaintiff did not forge his O-level certificate, his HSC certificate, and particularly his University of Ibadan degree certificate. Accordingly, the plaintiff's case is dismissed for now. So guys, what do you think about this? What is your own take about this? Do you really in support of what has been said? What was the final result saying that Governor Obaseki does not forge certificate? But my question is that, is it not the same result why Obaseki disqualified him? Is it not because of the same result PDP took him to court when he was in APC? So what is going on? And a lot of people were even saying that Obaseki used the same certificate to contest an elections in his first term, and there was no litigations against him because he was in APC. That means something is wrong somewhere. And definitely something might be wrong somewhere, because when you look at it, you can see that this same certificate that they are talking about today was the same certificate that Obaseki used during his first term when he was in APC. And now, why is it that he's now when he's now in PDP? A lot of things has started going on. People started saying that he actually for a forged certificate. Who are we to believe in this aspect? Who are we to believe? That's the thing. But if it is true, definitely congratulations to Obaseki. And if it is not true, definitely one day the truth will definitely come out of it. So guys, what do you think about this? What is your own take? Kindly drop your comments in the comment section below. For those who subscribe, we want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. We say God bless you. And if you're yet to do so, kindly press the subscription button below. And also please don't forget to press the notification button so that whenever we upload news, of course, you will definitely be the first person to watch our latest news anytime, any day. Thank you so much for being there for us at all time. God bless you. Have a lovely day. Bye.